Oh man, we are back. We are back. 16 Dad Jokes is all the way live, baby. The first official flyer has been released. The Eventbrite is up. We are live. 16 Dad Jokes, my first comedy special premiering June 20th from Yoga Leroy Studios. From here, this is Yoga Leroy Studios. Already got some people purchasing tickets, and you love to see it. I would love to have like 100 people back here. That's my goal. 100 people back here. That is the goal. 100 tickets sold. Dads are free. Dads pull up for free. That is the thing. Dads are free. So I'm excited. I posted it yesterday and been working on these dad jokes over the last uh I'm always working on dad jokes, but over this weekend I had a couple of shows where I did 10 minutes, and I do have some new dad jokes that I have been working on, and they went really well, and you love to see it. So it's just like confirmation, man. Nothing to stress out about. My first comedy special, I'm just going to have fun, tell all the stories about my son, and yeah, I have not been I didn't stream all last week. I took all last week off of streaming, and yeah, it was good. It was good. I've been streaming. I committed to streaming every day. When was that? Beginning of December. And I've been streaming pretty regularly. I've decided lately to cut it back. I don't really see that streaming on YouTube really does anything. What's up, Dallas, Texas? What we got going on? Thanks for the thumbs up. Had a thumbs down, now back to a thumbs up. Appreciate it. So last week I took a week off from streaming. I did recently start streaming on the TikToky. It's fun. It's like a video game when you're streaming on TikTok because there's so much going on. Um, I don't really think streaming on YouTube is gonna matter until I build an audience. But I am going to stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays on YouTube and try to stay connected with you guys, especially now. I got something going on. I got my comedy special, 16 Dad Jokes, that is going to premiere June 20th, and we are going to stream it. It is going to be live streamed. Now, the live stream is going to not be free, it's going to be $5. So if you're interested in that live stream, go to Eventbrite, tap in 16 dad jokes. It will come up and get you a ticket. So excited about it. Excited about it. It's my first comedy special. It's called 16 Dad Jokes. Day before Father's Day. That's going to be a fun weekend. My dad's coming into town, even though he doesn't think I'm funny. I'm going to show him. My dad's so hilarious. So hilarious. Beautiful eyes. I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, the kid needs compliments these days, you know. Hello, good to see you. What are we up to? So, you know, last night we had Comedy Fitness Live. That streams on Kick. That's where that is. And man, I could not figure out how to get my camera on. What camera, you ask? This camera. This camera, the stage camera, for some reason, was giving me so many problems that I thought that the things were broken. I was like, my stuff must be broken. I was going crazy. I was going so crazy last night. I wanted to just like, all right, everybody go home. The camera's not working, but instead I just hooked up a different camera this morning. And then last night after the show, I was like, you know what? I'll just take care of it tomorrow. This morning I wake up. I didn't have it plugged. I didn't have my deck plugged into my computer. The whole time. The whole time. I didn't have my deck plugged in to my computer. Yep. Yep. How am I? I am good now that my camera is working because I really thought my camera was broken. And yesterday, I was like, of course my camera's broken. I'm about to do a comedy special. So, of course, things are going to start breaking when I'm about to start doing. My brain was just going crazy because I couldn't figure out how to turn it on. I don't know what was wrong with my brain last night. It wasn't plugged into the computer, Leroy. It wasn't plugged in. That's why it wasn't working. And I could not, for the life of me, could not figure it out last night. I don't know if you guys have these like uh brain malfunctions. I think this might be a unk thing. I think this might be a unk thing. I think this might be a old dude thing. Like these brain malfunctions, but I will have brain malfunctions where in that time I the brain just don't work. Just don't work. Best thing to do is just leave it alone, take a walk, go do something else because the brain's not working right now. Last night, the brain was not working. Brittany, Brittany, I'm never quitting on you, Brittany. Never, ever. You hear me? I did take a break last week. I took a week off and I needed it. I needed a little week off to kind of just let things breathe. And I'm back. Um I'm back. So we're back to our schedule. The schedule is going to be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That's when I'm going to stream. I'm going to start streaming workouts, and that those workouts will be on the days that I don't. They'll be like either Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. I'll stream workouts. Um, I don't know if you know or if you were on, Brittany, but I launched my comedy special. I'm gonna put the Eventbrite in the chat. Hold on, where is it? Where is it? Let me see. Here it is. There it is. Why is everything so difficult? Share. Copy. Paste. Boom. Brittany, Dom, I launched the comedy special, the flyer, was launched yesterday. Let me put the flyer up. Let me go ahead and put the flyer up. The flyer was launched yesterday. Oh, that's not a flyer that I'm showing yet. Oh, here's a good one. But that's not the one I'm showing yet. I guess I'll show you the flyer that I'm not showing yet. This is the second flyer I'm going to post. I haven't posted. Oh my goodness, why is it so big? Why is it so big? There we go. Boom, 16 dad jokes, baby. Let me put it over here because it's only showing on open. Cover the whole thing. There we go. 16 dad jokes, baby. Who's excited? Who's excited? That's a sexy looking flyer. That's a sexy looking flyer. So June 20th, 16 dad jokes. Gonna be my first comedy special. Gonna stream it live, Brittany, so you can watch it. The stream is gonna be $5. Go to Eventbrite, buy a ticket. I'm gonna drop the stream the morning of the special. For those that are streaming, you could also pull up to the studio. I'm hoping to have, man, I would love to have 100 people back here. I would love to have 100 people in the studio. All the dads are free for dads. My boy needed a maxi pad. Oh boy. Let's see what we got. What's up, Mario? What's up, Mario? What's going on? Oh, I gotta pin it. Let me see. How do you pin it? It's not letting me pin nothing. It's not letting me pin it. Anybody know how to pin something? It says visit text, though, when I click on it. Visit link. It says that. You love the black and white. Appreciate it. Yeah, I haven't posted this flyer yet. I have a couple of different versions. Well, a few different versions. Me and my son took a little photo shoot. I don't know if you guys watched episode 1 of Bro Day. Me and my son are doing a podcast. It's called Bro Day. Check that out. It's on my YouTube channel. Episode 1. My sound was a little messed up, but I was just happy to do. I've been planning to do this podcast with my son, and especially now that both of our social medias are, our Instagram and TikToks are kind of buzzing. So I was like, man, we gotta start doing this Bro Day podcast. We've been planning it for so long, and we just father son Q&As. We talk about, like, our favorite days out, and we talk about when the next time what we're gonna do next Bro Day, because Bro Days are like what I used to call our father son days. I used to call them Bro Days, but we don't Bro Day too much anymore because he's so busy. What do you think of someone following a lot more accounts than how many followers they have on Instagram? What do I think about it? I don't really think much about it. I don't think much about it. I don't know. I mean, what is there to think about it? Some people really like following people. and all the different kinds of accounts. I mean, I don't think it really, like, if you follow, like, say you have like 1,000 followers, and then you have like 10,000, 5,000 people that you follow, you're not seeing all those accounts on a daily basis or all those posts. I don't know what the purpose of that is. I don't know. I I I'm still trying to learn how this social media works. I don't think much of it at all, to be honest. So, to each his own. Some people like to follow a lot of accounts, you know. I follow people I know, but I do follow a lot of accounts that I like, you know. Like, there's accounts that I don't know that I follow. I follow quite a few people. And I unfollow people that aren't following me that I know. Or if I find out that you were following me, we were following each other and you unfollowed me, but you kept me as a follower, not only will I unfollow you, I won't like you anymore. I will dislike you. Not gonna say hate, but I will not like you anymore. So, as far as those accounts that are following a bunch of people, I have no idea what that's about. Some people are consumers. Some people just want to follow a lot of people, and God bless those people because, hey, listen, we need fans. We need fans. So, God bless those people that are following a lot of accounts. Tell them to follow me. I need more followers. So, yeah, let's move this to the corner. I like it at the top. Let me see. Does this look good at the top? Nope. We will no longer be amigos. Let's see what we got. Then I guess you have no idea on how to increase followers on Instagram, because that was going to be my next question. I have an idea. I've been increasing my followers on Instagram. Um, so okay, so you must be talking about, so this is like a old school Instagram trick. I'm not looking to trick people into following me. So all those IG tricks, those aren't the kind of followers that I want, because those are the followers that you lose. Um, so the old school IG trick is you follow people, they follow back, and then you unfollow them. That's terrible. I do not like that. So you're talking about people that like follow a bunch of accounts, hoping those people follow them, and then they gain followers, and then in a few days or in a week or in 2 weeks, they'll unfollow those accounts. I'm not looking to trick people into following me. What I'm looking into is building a following of people that love my content and can't wait till I post and are excited about being my followers. So I'm not looking to do any of those little IG tricks, and it doesn't really matter how long it takes, because I do know and I have evidence that I do have really entertaining content. So I just got to find the right people, you know? So I'm not really looking to trick anybody. All right, let's go to these comments. Oh, I like this question. What's the thing that most people misunderstand about you or your personality? Man, I appreciate that question, because this comes up often. It just recently came up. out of the blue, a comedy booker said that they were gonna stop booking because I'm judgmental and I just stand in the back and I'm quiet and I just judge people, and that's why they stopped booking me. A comedy booker said that. And that's the thing that people understand about me the most. I'm introverted. People don't think I'm introverted because I'm an entertainer, but I am a very introverted person. I do have social anxiety. Not a big fan of being outside around a bunch of different people and energy. I'm very sensitive when it comes to that, with other people's energy, and 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 a lot of times I just go into my shell and I just like, especially when I'm doing stand-up comedy, instead of like, because if I can't do a lot, I'm like a tunnel vision. When I'm doing comedy, I gotta focus on my jokes, my performance. I like to do visualization. I visualize like being on stage and making people laugh, and I go through that, and I have this whole practice when I'm backstage. And so when I'm backstage, I'm not like goofing around, joking around, buzzing around. Other comics are doing that, and that's fine. They could do that. I can't do that. That's just not how I am. That's not how I perform my best. But a lot of people don't understand that, or it throws them off because I look like somebody that would be like super outgoing, but I'm not. Never have been. So I come off as intimidating or judgmental or whatever, and I've gotten it all my life, and I'm still getting it. So thanks for that question. Um, cause yeah, that just came up again last week. You can shrink it, right? Shrink what? Shrink what? Shrink what? Mario, I'm not sure. I don't know. What's you do this thing? This is second consistent host here. Free game from Brittany. I'm not sure about Instagram, but I know YouTube, the biggest is just stay consistent, post stream, whatever. Just make sure you're putting something up. Yeah, but YouTube really is not really caring about helping people build anymore. But yeah, whatever app you commit to, you got to be really consistent. And the more consistent, the better. But at the same time, really good content wins, and that's what I've seen. Like, I could take a week off if my sketch that I post like once a week is a really well crafted sketch, or my joke or whatever. Really, the good content wins. So, some people say, oh, post every day, post 3 times a day. If you're posting like 3 times a day, chances are at least two of those three posts are garbage. They're just trash posts. For me, I can't. It was like a waste of time. So now you're driving yourself crazy trying to think of something. Oh, I got to post 3 times. Driving myself crazy. Oh, what can I post? Oh, the sky's blue. Let me talk about the sky. Instead of just really like writing or developing something that really is engaging, intriguing post, working on that post and posting every couple of days or every 3 days, or one, even sometimes I do once a week, and those posts will get me followers. And so Mario, when you talk about how to increase followers, how I've increased followers is good content. That's how I've done it. Was there any mistakes you were glad you ever made? Yeah, getting my wife pregnant. That's a big one. That's relative to my comedy special, 16 dad jokes. Yeah, I've made some mistakes. Some mistakes are a blessing, you know. Me having my son at 27, that's how old I was when my wife got pregnant. We knew each other for 3 months. 3 months. And she got pregnant. And it was a blessing. So, it's not all bad when you mess up. They're not all bad. All the mistakes aren't all bad is what I'm telling you. And I mean, I could find good in all the mistakes, to be honest. How I see things now, or how I choose to see things now, as I don't choose to see things as failures, I choose to see things as learning experiences. And a lot of my mishaps in life when I was young, I could also say a lot of these mishaps came because I didn't have guidance or mentorship. I think that's very important. There's a difference between we talk about being a dad, right? There's two kind of dads. And they're not bad. None of them are bad. But there are some dads that they work, they make sure there's food on the table, they make sure that their family's safe, and but they're so focused on working and bringing food and money into the house, they're not really mentoring their kids. That's one kind of dad. There's also dads that have the luxury to earn and mentor. Now, that those dads are out of this world, but it's not something those dads aren't you have to have resources to be that kind of dad. Like LeBron James. LeBron James is that kind of dad. LeBron James is not just a leader, a provider, but he's also a mentor. He stays mentoring his kids, right? Um, and that's the kind of dad I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be a dad that, and it's not easy. It's being a dad is exhausting at times, but I'm trying to be a dad that when my son goes off to college, he's not on his own. Now, when I went off to college, when I left the house, I was on my own. I didn't really have any mentorship or I wasn't really that connected with my dad and still not really that connected to him. We talk every now and then, but that's it. I mean, we don't really have deep conversations about life or anything like that. I'm looking to have that kind of relationship with my son. I'm looking to have deep, meaningful conversations to really tell him about all the good, the bad, the ugly, the things that I've went through, um, and give him give him those things to help him make decisions as he grows up and becomes an adult. Thanks for the question. Thanks for the question. Is it racist? Is it racist Let me fix this. Boom, boom, boom. Is it racist to assume someone is related to another because of an almost similar or completely similar appearance? I mean, I don't think it's racist, but I do know people do take shit to like I people are sensitive. So I guess it would be depending on who who the person is. You know, some people just love to be offended by anything. People call me all kinds of people say I look like all kinds of people. I never I never get offended by it, but getting offended is a choice, you know. Some people love to be offended by shit, you know. It's a choice. I have a question. Shoot. Let me see. Let me hear that. Let me hear that question. Holla at your boy. It was not out of hate. I just don't want to be called a racist just because I think they look alike. One time I called someone black, which was a mistake, but I indeed to say dark skinned. Listen, let me give you some free game, Mario. If you start worrying about what people are going to label you, you're going to drive yourself crazy. People are going to label you what they're going to label you. People are going to have their judgments no matter what, no matter if you like it or not, you know? So, you know, someone calling you a racist because of one experience, that person has, um, that person is a low vibrating person. Like, it's the better question should be is why are you engaging with lower vibrating people? Like, you'll learn this as you get older. Like when you engage and and uh and are around people that have like very simple, small-minded people, low vibrating people, you're going to experience those things. Now, when you decide to like there's going to be a point in your life, I know you're young, that you're going to say to yourself, these type of people aren't serving me anymore because the way they think, how they think, and the scale of vibration that they think on, it drives me crazy because you'll experience those things. You'll experience stuff like that. I mean, go on your social media and just look at certain posts and just be like, you'll see like what type of people are doing what type of thing, you know? And yeah, you're gonna experience those type of things like people labeling you and that are like that that aren't really justified labels because that's what low vibrating people do. They don't know any better ways, you know? It's victim mentality. Of course a person's going to jump to being calling somebody racist when they feel a type of way instead of like talk through it or not even take offense to it, you know? Taking offense is a choice. You don't have to be offended by somebody's like mistake or everything doesn't have to be racist. Everything doesn't, oh, this person's a bigot because I have light eyes and they think I'm half white. But you know, as you get older, you'll see that, some people just aren't worth like, trying to connect with. Let's see what we got. Brittany doesn't think it's racist. That's good. Okay, when I asked about shrink, what's shrink? It is about the post you have on your screen. Sometimes I post comments based on what you say, which is shortly after you say it. I'm a little confused. I don't know what shrink is. When you ask about shrink, what's shrink? What are you referring to, Mario? And fantastic. You are spreading the things that I'm talking about. You're on the right track. Just, hey, stay locked in. Brittany, you haven't talked to your dad in 6 years? Man, that sounds worse than me. Me and my dad talk, but well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you and your dad maybe make amends one of these days. Man, I like these questions. Big fan. Big fan of these questions. What's the thing you changed your outlook on recently that you had believed for a long time? Okay. Fantastic question. My man got the questions today. So I'll tell you something that I this is a gift I gave to myself recently. And I gave it to myself, I'll say 3 months ago. The gift I gave to myself was admitting, being honest with myself, that I have a lot of resentments. Um, and those resentments are stopping me. So that's the gift I gave to myself. So when I say I gave that gift to myself is when, you know, we're all going through life and, things come up and, feelings get hurt and people disrespect you and sometimes you build a resentment towards that person or you build a resentment towards a time or a period or a place. And what I believe is resentments block your blessings, because the thing about resentments is you're not just building a resentment towards that one person. What you don't know is you're subconsciously moving and operating with that resentment towards everybody. And that's kind of what you don't realize. But when you start resenting something based on one specific period or event, that thing trickles down into other things in your life. So it could actually be blocking the blessings that or closing doors, because now you're moving with resentment. So as a gift I gave to myself, because I don't want to block my blessings. I don't want to have resentments. And the way to get rid of your resentments is to forgive the person that started it, or the thing that started it, to truly forgive and to truly let go. And that's the toughest part, you know? Life is like this puzzle, this beautiful puzzle, and the tricky pieces, like those pieces of the puzzle, is like, yo, I know that these pieces, like, when you're putting together a puzzle and you'll have like four pieces, and you'll be like, yo, I know these pieces go together, but I can't figure it out. That's life. That's life. It's like so tricky. It's like, oh, do I turn it this way? Do I turn it that way? That's life. And one of the tricky things about that I've discovered about life is resentments are so tricky because, you know, a lot of resentments are tied to trauma. A lot of resentments are tied to deep rooted hurt or pain. And to ask, to ask myself to just choose to forgive something that is like deep rooted pain or hurt without any acknowledgement or without any like apology or without, you know, that's tough. That's tough. But that's what you got to do. So I don't know if that really answered this question, but I'm gonna answer it again. What's the thing you changed your outlook on recently that you had believed for a long time? So back to resentments. The thing I changed is I have completely gotten rid of my victim mentality. But victim mentality does seep in, like resentments. So you got to keep reminding yourself that you're not a victim, because victim mentality, when you have a victim mentality, oh man, it's cancer. So that's one thing that I've changed. Um, Something else that I've changed, let's see. Because resentment is tied to victim mentality. People that have a lot of resentments, they think the reason why they're not who they say that they should be is because of everybody else. That's victim mentality, and that usually comes from stacking resentment off of, on resentment on resentment on resentment. Um, and they stack up fast, man, do they? But I mean, I'm trying to help people more, but helping people is wanting to help people is such a gift and a curse because I don't. Most people don't appreciate what you want to do for them until long after, like, acknowledgement matters. You know, most people don't, because there's just a lot of entitlement, and I'm seeing that, in real time. I'm seeing people like just not appreciate. So I want to help people, but at the same time, I don't want to be taken advantage of. So that's something that I'm trying to figure out, because I do have things like I've made this studio. It's not like a big place, but if I was a young comic and a friend of mine had access to what I have and was like, "Hey, I want to help you," like that could help move the needle forward. That would have helped move the needle forward. And I want to help people move their needle forward. Pause. Man, I like that guy's questions. He got the good questions. All right, what else we got? Uh, my grandma always said, "It's none of your business what a person thinks of you. Keep living like they don't matter." Yeah, it isn't any of your business what people think about you. And not only that, a lot of times what you think people think about you is not true, because your brain makes shit up. Say this out loud. My brain makes shit up. Everybody thinks that like their brain like can like read people's minds and tell like read and tell the future. It can't. Mario, it can't. It cannot. You are not a mind reader. Your brain will make up an entire fucking story about a person or a situation that's untrue. And now you are resentful and walking around with this story that doesn't even only exist in your brain. That's what we do. So your best plan of attack is to be so dumb to all that energy. Even somebody like me. Now, I shared earlier, I'm an introverted person. I do pick up energy and stuff like that. So that's why when I'm outside, I'm a little quieter and I'm a little more chill and I do get overwhelmed, right? But I also don't choose to interpret, why am I saying that weird? Energy when it comes at me. I don't like try to read into it or any of that because other people are going through what they're going through. How do I know those other people don't have social anxiety or, you know, or 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 maybe they had a terrible day or maybe maybe they're just not in a good place and so we're bouncing into each other outside. We're all coming from our life. So like when we're meeting outside, right? We're all meeting coming from our life, right? Now the person that you're meeting doesn't know what you're coming from. They don't know I'm coming from. I don't know what they're coming from. And we're meeting and we're hoping that we're on the same playing field so we could connect in a way. And sometimes the the playing field is off. So instead of like making up stories, just choose to let it go. Choose to not worry about it. Trinity time travels. What's going on, Trinity? Good to see you. It's been a minute. Shrink means making someone smaller. You can't make someone smaller. That person can feel smaller if they choose to. You can't make someone smaller. Now, you can be a dickhead and you could try. There are a lot of people that try to, belittle people, to, shit on people. There's a lot, those are, again, let's go back to, choosing to be around certain type of people. Those are low vibrating people that set out to make other people feel smaller, right? Bro, I choose not to experience those people. And I don't care what position you were in life. I choose not to be around those type of people unless I absolutely have to. And even if I'm around those people because I have to, my experience with them is very short and vague, right? And, this could be, just wisdom, you know. It might be something that you have to experience, and in time you're gonna be like, a certain type of person is just not my type of people. But you can't make anybody smaller. You don't have that ability or power. Now, if someone chooses to shrink and be smaller, that's that person's choice. If someone chooses to be offended, that's that person's choice. I really hope that, especially you, Mario, because you were young, I really hope that we start to move away from this victim mentality. Like people have the power to do things to us, you know, just by like this isn't high school. My son asked me, he was like, "What's the best thing about college? What's the best thing about college? It's not high school." That's the best thing about college. It's no longer high school. It's too big. There's too many kids. There's too many things going on. Everybody's focused on what they're going to do next, how to prepare themselves. They're not in high school. You are just thinking about when you're in high school, you think that experience is going to last forever and you're not going to have any worries and all you have to do is fuck off. All you have to do is do the high school thing, gossip and be a cool kid or be popular or you know high school high school it's the worst part. Things get better after high school in my opinion. It was fun. It was fun. but it's not that great. High school's not that great. College is fantastic. I think everybody should go to college, man. College is fantastic. Now, if I could take something back, I wish I wouldn't have drank while I was in college. I wish I would just experienced college sober, grounded, you know, if I could take anything back. I was a drunk in college, but college was awesome. But, Mario, don't worry about it. You can't make anybody shrink. That's what an X-Man would do, or an Avenger. Avengers. I don't even think the Avengers could make anybody shrink. Oh. Shrink the flyer. Yeah, I could shrink the flyer. What the fuck? I'm ranting and about something that you're not even talking about. Well, that was fun. My dad's My dad's a major addict. The last time I saw him was when my grandfather passed away, and he was a complete fool through the whole thing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I just don't want him around me or my children. Listen, you got to put boundaries up, and sometimes you got to put those boundaries up towards your family, man. Um, I've had to do that. Um, but I will say, Brittany, yeah, Mario, I figured it out. Sorry, I just ranted about making people shrink. But it was still fun for me. Um, One thing I've so I've also put boundaries up when it comes to my family. Um, but I'm trying to find that balance of keeping the door open, because a lot of times these boundaries do travel into resentments, a resentment boundary. And if you have a resentment boundary, it's because you haven't forgiven that person, and you don't want a resentment boundary because it's a resentment, you know? And those resentments, again, like I said before, can dictate how you operate with people other than that person. And it can close doors and close opportunities and change the way you move in public because you have a resentment. That's what resentments do, and they're tricky. So, you know, I'll get detailed. Like for instance, like me and my brother haven't been talking, and for a long time I had him blocked. But I just recently unblocked him, and I invited him to my comedy special, and I sent him the flyer, and then he texted me back, and then so the door got open, right? And then I text him, and he did not respond to me. He still hasn't responded, and so you'll get clues, is what I'm getting at. You'll get clues to where people are, so you can alter the boundaries that you have. And sometimes, especially with family, you have to be like a mad scientist with how you move with people, because I don't want to live in a victim mentality. I don't want to hold any energy that makes anybody or myself think that how my family operates is going to dictate the how good my life is going to be, because it's not. How good my life is going to be is all based on me, right? So it's like being a mad scientist, because you know people can. slide in and just start tearing things up. And I know that especially people that do live in victim mentalities, and they're out in these streets. Um, those people, the way they operate, like they number one, they don't want to change at all. So yeah, I mean you do have to keep boundaries up, but you have to be a mad scientist with it, you know? You gotta find a balance where those doors stay open because, you know, I hope everybody does figure it out. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if everybody figured it out, figured their shit out? Wouldn't it be nice if, people that have drug and alcohol addictions sobered up or were honest with themselves about that thing being not good for them or serving them? Wouldn't it be nice if every single human being during their life journey figured it out? But I will say, Brittany, you can't do somebody's work for them. They got to do their own work. And you can't even tell somebody the work that they have to do. You can't even tell them. You got to trust and have faith that God will reveal that to them in time. Okay. Mario said, I asked about you making the flyer smaller because you were looking for where to put it earlier. No offense, but I am surprised you don't know what shrink means. Well, if you capitalize shrink, it confused me, but I don't know. I was reading out of context, so I know what shrink means. I just didn't know you were talking about the flyer. Um, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of, trying to catch up with the comments when I rant about something that someone, then my brain gets a little mixed up. I'm old, man, a monk. Phil, I would 100%. Let's see. My brain is a landmine. Oh, yeah? Tell me a dad joke. And then, right when I was gonna tell you a dad joke, you said, stop being sassy. So now you don't get a dad joke. You see what happens? You see what happens when you can't, just try to connect. You don't have to be a dick. Just try to connect. And you get what you want. It's so easy to get what you want. It is so easy. We love to make it hard because our brains have malfunctions. Because every single one of you, myself included, thinks that they're witty, funny, clever. You know, you have little nuances about your personality that people think you and your mind think like people have to put up with these little nuances that I have, because this is my personality. You know, it's so easy to just get all you have to do is be a connecting, loving person. It's so easy. Everybody has this charm in them. But because you have all this other bullshit, you know, that y- you like about yourself. You like that you're, sarcastic and and you like that you sneak diss people and you like that you're petty. You like all these negative things about yourself. If you stopped liking that stuff and started liking wanting to connect more, you'd get every single thing that you wanted. Message. All right. The dad from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Shrunk People. Yes, he did. Classic movie. Shalom, brother. Good to see you again. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on. That's right. You did the right thing. Him responding is a decision, but you did the good thing. Yeah. Is this a motivational channel? Axel Foley. Axel Foley. It is a channel for everybody. I don't know what you call it. Maybe one day I'll figure out what to call this channel. Right now it's called 16 Dad Jokes because I'm working on my comedy special 16 Dad Jokes. But we had somebody that has been asking such amazing questions, and it's kind of turned this into a motivational hour because I've been just talking about all the things that he's been asking me. Phil something. He has a long. Your guys' usernames are terrible. I hate to say it, but you guys got a bunch of terrible usernames, and I don't. It's too early to try to read these things, but he asked great questions. So, so yeah, it's been a motivational morning. Um, Talking about all the things. Here's another question. If you could change one thing in the world to make it better, what would it be? That's the least favorite question that he's asked. But if I could change one thing in the world, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I think the world is exactly what's supposed to be. Again, I have really been working on getting rid of victim mentality, and when we look at the world, it applies. You know, people say, "Oh, racism," "Oh, uh, sexism," "Oh, war," "Oh, bro, humans be human being ing." I just think that everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen. To be honest, I mean, and when that happens, what happens next is that's how that's supposed to happen. That's just how I'm choosing to look at things right now. um I don't know if I change anything. I think the world can be as beautiful as you decide to see it. If anything, I'd change everybody's brains, because that's what's stopping us all from seeing how great our this life experience is, how much of a blessing our lives is, our individual lives, are. And it's a practice, because you get so content in your experience of the mundane things, the waking up, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, walking, just you get so content. But all those moments are blessings. I think if we all woke up and saw the blessings around us a little bit more, we we do better outside when we bump into each other. So it's not the world I would change, it's the brains and the people in the world that I would change. If I could make anything better, that's what it would be. I'd want everyone to have a pot of land that everyone owns. Yeah, hey, that's a good one right there, Brittany. to live and feed them. That's a good one, I gotta say, because I want some land. Do you think peace needs an incentive, or is peace the incentive in itself? This guy's a philosopher. How do we deal with people who don't choose peace? Do we draw boundaries, or do we turn the other cheek? Man, peace is an interesting thing because I don't think this experience that we have was designed for peace. I don't think I don't think this is just coming from my brain, okay? Don't judge what I'm about to say. I don't think the world would survive on just peace. Things and uh, just peace. We couldn't have the things that we have if it was just peace. Cities don't get built out of just peace. You know, I think all the energies are necessary. All the different types of energies that we experience, other than peace, are necessary energies to get us to where we are right now. Look around. We're a utopia of things all over the world. And yeah, I think the biggest issue is a lot of things that we don't really have. Like, for instance, let's talk about politics. I'm not political. I don't know what's going on in Washington, but you'll watch the news and you'll think, oh, I know what's going on. Or you'll read an article and you'll think, oh, I'm smart enough to have an opinion on these things, even though I have no effing idea, no clue why so and so's doing this, or why we need that, or why this is happening, or why we're at war. I have no clue, but we think we know. And then we put labels on certain things. So this is bad. This is good. This is bad. But I think there's a lot of necessary things. I mean, the word is evils, necessary evils, but I don't like using that word evils because energy is energy, man. It's not evil, but it might, from your perception, it might seem evil, um, because peace does sound really nice, right? Especially when things get extremely chaotic. Man, peace sounds really nice. Peace is also boring. Peace is pretty boring, guys. You mad about that? Without war, we would never know true peace. You guys are in your philosophy bag today, this morning. I love it. Man, it's been a good stream. Not a troll in sight. Peace is an incentive that is fleeting. This has been a good stream. Phil, man, you got the good questions. I do. Some of us like boring. I like boring too, but I also like exciting. I like all of it. That's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm trying to make. Life, this experience, this journey that we're all on, it's so interesting. It is so interesting. Every part of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't even think the bad and the ugly are ugly or bad. I think they're interesting parts of this life experience that you get to, and it's not going to be long. Enjoy it. Enjoy all of it. Enjoy all of it. Enjoy the crazy of it. Put up boundaries to the crazy. Protect yourself from the crazy, but enjoy it. You get to experience it. This is life. And, and then, maybe you find a part about life that you're like, this is me. Like Brittany. Brittany, she's found a part. She's like, I'm a peaceful person. I like to farm. I like the animals. This really fulfills me. This really makes me feel connected to, to God and country and things living. And that's where she's at. That's awesome. Don't you think? Sometimes those conflicts have to happen. Amen. Yeah. It's been a good stream. I appreciate you guys. Thanks, Phil, for the questions. Um, I'm happy my camera is working. Nothing's broken, guys. Last night I thought something was broken. Nothing's broken. I'm happy. We're going to have a fantastic Tuesday. Amen. We are going to have a fantastic Tuesday. We've been live streaming strong for an hour and 12 minutes. I'm proud of us. It's been a healthy live stream. I might listen to this back. Probably not. I'm going to be honest with myself. I probably won't listen to this back. I should, because this was a good one. I should listen to it back and cut some clips up, but I'm not. Let's be honest. All right. Let's be honest. I'm not going to do that. But hey, 16 dad jokes family. Uh that I couldn't figure out how to pin. Couldn't figure out how to pin. I just dropped it back into the chat. I don't know why I can't copy avatar. It's not letting me pin it. Maybe this. No. It's not letting me pin it either. 16 Dad Jokes, June 20th. It's going to be streamed. Not really sure what platform I'm going to stream it on, but if you purchase a streaming ticket, you can purchase that on Eventbrite. And the day of or the night before, I will be sending out the link to where that is going to be streamed. It's going to stream live. This is going to be my first comedy special. I have a couple of comics that are going to open, Roger Smith and Pat Colicchio, and I'm extremely excited. Finally get to put all my dad jokes in one place, in one special. It's been a long time coming. I gotta say, it's been a long time coming because I just don't get enough stage time. I just don't get enough stage time in LA. And that's what inspired me to create my own studio and to create my own stage time. And now I'm doing my own hour. And yeah, I'm excited about it. June 20th, Father's Day Eve, 16 dad jokes at Yoga Leroy Studios will also be streamed live, but come to the studio if you're around LA. Dads are free. Tickets will be checked at the door because I've gotten a lot of tickets, but they're all from people saying that they're dads. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check and make sure you're a dad. If you got one of free tickets, just know I'm gonna make sure you're a dad. You're not gonna just slide in like, oh, I'm a daddy. No, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. You will be checked. Okay. How I'm gonna check? I gotta figure that out. I think I might have to pull up your Instagram. Pull up your Instagram. Let me see your kids. Pull it up. Let me see your kids. All right, family. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate you. Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate all the questions. Sub to the channel, man. I need more subs. All right, family. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. You guys have a wonderful Tuesday. Brittany, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Phil, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you. Good to see you. I'll see you Thursday. I'll be back Thursday at 9 a.m. Have a great day. Peace.